Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, Allstate Insurance and Whelen present the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series with 5 divisions of racing action, including the biggest event of the year for our Subway Street Stock division. At this time, we would like to begin opening ceremonies, and we ask that each and every one of you please rise from your seats. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, please pause with us for opening ceremonies, and gentlemen, remove your caps. Joining us here on the front straightaway for our invocation this evening, Pastor Sementilli from the New Stanton Calvary Baptist Church, and to sing our national anthem, Amanda Emery. At this time, we turn the microphone over to Pastor Sementilli.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father and gracious God, how good it is to be in this great land of ours with the freedom we have to enjoy these kind of events. Thank you, Lord, for all that you give to us and for the great love you show us. I pray tonight, Lord, again, that you keep the drivers safe. Help them to do the best they can. Help us all to enjoy this in a way that brings honor and glory to you and will edify us. We'll give you the praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
And please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Amanda Emery.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much to Pastor Sementilli of the New Stanton Calvary Baptist Church and to Amanda Emery. And now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? Distance for the Lincoln Welders Open Wheel Modifieds, first of 2 preliminaries to help set the field for tonight's 20-lap feature, and the green flag is out. Harry Ofer out to a lead of about a car length and a half over Jim Nicola. Bobby Shipp in the 04 car shoots to the inside of Tom Frank and nearly makes contact with Nicola in that battle for second. Ofer, the early leader in 01. Harry Ofer leading Jim Nicola. Ofer with 2 feature wins on the season. Jim Nicola, 2-time former champion, and Bobby Shipp challenges him to the inside. Close racing on the front straight. Wheel to wheel headed into turn number 1. Bobby Shipp in the 04. He's got 1 feature win this season. Nicola falling back into the 3rd spot, then Tom Frank in 4th. Driver from the Cleveland suburbs in car number 6, finding the 3 of Chris Brink looming right behind him. Top 5 cars breaking away from the rest. Harry Ofer working lap number 3 with a 5 or 6 car length advantage. Chris Brink now falling off the pace down the back straight in car 3. Now it's a 4-car separation as Brink is back to the second group of cars. Brink is 5th, leading Bo Glemba, Rich Nicola, and Lonnie Hoffman. And now about a half a straightaway in front of Brink's number 3 car. It's the 6 of Tom Frank in 4th, the 5 of Jim Nicola in 3rd, the 04 of Bobby Shipp in 2nd, and leading this heat race, Harry Ofer in the 01 car, a multiple heat race winner this season and got his first 2 career modified victories this season, including the Lincoln Welders 25. Ofer won the biggest race of the year for the modifieds just a couple weeks back, and now we see a fight for 3rd position. The 6 of Tom Frank and the 5 of Jim Nicola on opposite ends of the age spectrum. Frank the youngster, Nicola the veteran, slugging it out for 3rd position as we work lap number 6 of 8. And now the lead battle tightening up just a bit as Bobby Shipp in the 04 makes rear bumper contact with the 01 of Ofer. White flag in the air signals final lap around the speedway. Challenges for 3rd as Ofer builds up a bigger lead now. Tom Frank to the inside of Nicola takes the position away headed into turn 3, but now out of turn 4, another heat race checkered flag for Harry Ofer in the 01. Bobby Shipp in 2nd, Tom Frank 3rd, Jim Nicola 4th, and Chris Brink 5th. And points leader in car 60 is Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport. Green flag is out, another 8 laps for the Lincoln Welders modified. George Nicola in the 97 opens up a lead over a side-by-side duel for 2nd. Rick Huffman of Jefferson Hills in car 9. Bernie McQuillan holds the outside lane in car 45. What a close fight this is, wheel to wheel down the front straight. Working lap number 1, Rick Huffman is officially scored in 2nd spot by having his nose just ahead of the 45 at the start-finish line. George Nicola out in front. He is 2nd in the championship point standings to the driver who is currently last on the speedway, Adam Kostelnik. It's Nicola leading the 9 of Huffman, the 45 of McQuillan, then the 11 of John Prabanich. 3 wide out of turn number 2, and Brian Shipp shoved and spinning into the outside retaining wall. Brian Shipp in the 40 was the meat of a 3-car sandwich exiting turn 2, and we'll need the caution flag in the championship chase. And we return to green flag racing with 6 laps to go. George Nicola up front. Rick Huffman in the 9 car is 2nd, and Huffman has been greatly improved in 2007. 2006, Huffman was a mid-pack racer and has found himself at the front nearly all season in car number 9. He's got the 45 of Bernie McQuillan right there with him in the 3rd position. 4th on the racetrack, it's John Prabanich in the 11. He was voted the McDonald's fan favorite driver just a few weeks ago, and he closes in as McQuillan makes an error. The 45 of Bernie McQuillan crossed up coming out of turn 2. He makes a great save, but Prabanich is right there on his heels now with Ben Easler in car 7, holding down the 5th position with 4 of 8 laps now completed. George Nicola opening up a huge lead over Rick Huffman. Coming into tonight's racing, Nicola needs 49 points to close in on Kostelnik, the championship chase leader. And with Kostelnik parked in the pits with that flat tire, Nicola standing to gain some ground now toward the Motordrome Speedway track title. Two laps to go. George Nicola in car 97 had incredibly bad luck through the first half of 2007. He was leading races when that car would fall apart or get hit by another race car. Then he surged forward with lots of determination to get a feature victory, and now sees the white flag indicating final lap in this heat race. Through all of that adversity, Nicola still is 2nd in the point standings for the division. And coming for another heat race checkered flag out of turn number 4 from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, George Nicola gaining ground in the points chase with the win over Rick Huffman in the 9, Bernie McQuillan, John Prabanich, and Ben Easler. The points leader. 66 is Max Schlesinger, 94 is Dustin Blank, and here's the green flag. Driver correction, it is Todd Knight driving the 76 car. Todd Knight behind the wheel and climbing into second. Joe Nicola, the early leader in car 69. Then it's Tony Manganello and Todd Knight side by side. Looking to be nearly 3 wide out of 4. Todd Knight makes a good save. Just behind Todd Knight's 76 car, which is very loose handling, Adam Kostelnik in the 05 is the points leader, challenging for second. We saw him climb from the modified number 60. He is leading the championship chase in 2 different divisions and takes over second position from Todd Knight. Tony Manganello in the 50, making some light rear bumper contact with the Knight 76 machine. Manganello having a great season as a relative rookie to the Motordrome Speedway. He's a sophomore street stock driver, but racing his first full season here at Motordrome. And the Clairton, Pennsylvania driver is about to challenge veteran Todd Knight for the 3rd spot. And now Manganello is the one with a loose handling car. He spins in turn number 2 after challenging Knight for 3rd position. Max Schlesinger slides by, and we're going to need a caution flag on lap 3. It's a big feature event in which each and every one of you can win a free 6-inch meatball sub from participating locations. Green flag is out with 5 laps remaining. Joe Nicola leading Adam Kostelnik, Todd Knight, and Dustin Blank working into the top 5 in car 94. Drivers placing in 1st and 2nd on the racetrack right now are both the leading winners in this division in 2007. Joe Nicola, 3 times a feature winner. Adam Kostelnik, 5 times a feature winner. And we've got a battle for 4th now as Manganello trying to charge back up through the field after that caution flag incident. The 50 of Manganello to the inside of veteran Dustin Blank from Valencia in car 94. Manganello and Blank very close racing in turn 2, nearly swapping stickers on those Monte Carlos. Blank to the high side in car 94. Dustin Blank has competed in virtually every division here at Motordrome. Tony Manganello, a newcomer to the Subway Street Stocks. It's a dead heat at the scoring line, lap number 6. Manganello officially holds on to 4th by inches. Joe Nicola running away with the lead over Adam Kostelnik in 2nd, Todd Knight in 3rd. Manganello now a couple of car lengths in 4th with Dustin Blank in 5th on the final lap. White flag waving for Joe Nicola. Last 2 corners. And the Ford Thunderbird from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, with driver Joe Nicola at the wheel, taking another checkered flag over Kostelnik, Knight, Manganello, and Dustin Blank coming home 5th. '64 is Bill Henry from Vandergrift, and we're green and racing 8 more laps for the Subway Street Stocks. Former modified champion Mike Bacalon in car 48, leading this field in the Rich Burbage-owned machine. He ended his retirement about 6 weeks ago and returned to competition. He's holding off Andrew Kostelnik. Younger brother of the points leader in car 57 has 1 win here at Motordrome this season, a couple of wins on Saturday nights, and Sean Phillips up to 3rd in car 31, another championship contender. He's racing there with Bill Henry in the 64, Jason Holder in 74. Great action all the way through the top 5 positions. Andrew Kostelnik nearly made contact with Bacalon's 48. We're working lap number 2 of 8, and the veteran Bacalon holding off the youngster Andrew Kostelnik. Sean Phillips in the 31, who has struggled with a new braking system the last couple of weeks. In fact, told me that he had no brakes whatsoever last week in the feature event. He learned that after he blew the entire rear brake system off during the heat race in a collision. 31 car still a championship contender in third, and now we've got a serious challenge for the lead. Andrew Kostelnik took a look to the inside of Mike Bacalon's 48. Bacalon is able to get into turn 3 much better, but is slower coming off of turn 4, as Andrew Kostelnik may be pushing him across the scoring line to work lap 4. Crossed flags given to the field that time indicate halfway through the second Subway Street Stock heat race. Mike Bacalon leading Andrew Kostelnik, and look at Sean Phillips closing in car 31. Now Kostelnik switches from the low lane to the high groove. Remember, into turn 3 is where Bacalon seems to be at his best, and coming out of 4 is where Kostelnik seems to be at his best, and they make contact again. Bumper to bumper are the leaders. Kostelnik swings out to the high side with 2 to go. Look at Bill Henry in the 64 car climbing in to make this a 4-car fight at the front. Working lap 6 of 8. And Bill Henry now close enough to touch the rear bumper of Sean Phillips' 31 car. Bacalon has led every lap, but not one of them has been easy. Andrew Kostelnik right behind as the white flag signals final lap. Kostelnik gets some bite on the high side in turn 1, not enough to make the pass. Here comes Bill Henry fighting for third down the back straight. Phillips on the outside, Henry on the inside. Bacalon holding the lead out of turn 4 to the checkered flag. Kostelnik makes a last-ditch effort. And with contact, Mike Bacalon will win by inches over Kostelnik. West Virginia, that's John Messenger. Current Mara Series points leader in the 9 is Will Thomas from Sharpsville. Veteran Steve Black in the 1 from Greensburg, and rookie Ricky Megley in the 20 from Youngwood. Green flag is out. 10 laps for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. 24 car joins the field, that's David Riggin. An early race leader is Gary Wiltrout, who gets a boot from the back as Sean Pilla driving through turn 4. Looked like maybe Wiltrout needed to lift off the throttle momentarily. And Pilla, who has been the most dominant heat race winner of the season in the quest for a first career feature event, making contact with Wiltrout, now spinning from the second spot. Sean Pilla, second in the championship point standings, has hit the wall. Caution flag is out with only 1 lap complete. Championship contender for the dirt track late model title at Roaring Knob this season. And here's the green flag for Wiltrout and Urso. 9 laps to go, and Wiltrout opens up a giant lead on Urso at the drop of the green flag. Paul Urso now all by himself in the 2nd position, Larry Bahana 3rd, John Messenger in the 4th spot. The Cochran Construction Auto Trim Advanced Auto Parts 51, sponsored by Kelly Hardwoods as well, trying to hold off now the PI&I, Colonial Metal Products 9 of Will Thomas. Thomas looking to the outside. Thomas all the way from Sharpsville, Pennsylvania, in car number 9, challenging the 51 of Messenger for the 4th spot. Working lap number 4 of 10. Steve Black a part of that battle for 4th as well in the 1 car. Up front, however, Paul Urso has closed in on leader Gary Wiltrout. Signal of halfway given to the field by crossed flags from Denny Carson. And Paul Urso in the 37 car, the Sullivan Chevrolet, closing in on the former champion. Urso took several weeks off in the middle of the season after 2 consecutive grinding crashes in weekly competition here at Motordrome. He returned last week for a solid top 5 finish, and now on lap 6 of 10, threatening for his first heat race win of this season, with Gary Wiltrout, the Lint Flooring, Stone & Company, Megan Ford leading the way. Larry Bahana in 3rd in the 00 car. Side by side now, Messenger and Thomas reach the scoring line on lap 7. Thomas takes over the 4th position by inches. Best battle on the track now for 4th as Thomas ekes ahead on the outside lane around Messenger's 51 car. 2 laps to go. Will Thomas now into 4th, John Messenger 5th, and Steve Black in the Penn West Massey Toyota number 1 looking to the high side of Messenger. White flag waving for Gary Wiltrout in car 95. Wiltrout's season has been a roller coaster of emotion after a couple of unbelievable crashes and a couple of mechanical problems early in the season. He put together 2 consecutive victories here at Motordrome and takes another heat race checkered flag in the Paul Agrudo Racing 95 over Urso, Bahana, Thomas, and Messenger. 33 car, but Gregory Kelly and Jimmy Weller III leading the field to a slow start out of 4. No start, false start that time, no green. False start that time as the leaders were not side by side when the green flag waved. NASCAR Super Late Models. Out of turn number 4, green is out and we're up to full speed. Door to door are the top 4 on the back straight. Bobby Henry lets the top 3 sort it out as he is the points leader, maybe racing a little conservatively in this heat race. Jimmy Weller III, another driver having a tough luck 2007, will lead his first lap of the season. Weller has been involved in a couple of frightening crashes this season, not of his own making. And now out to a 3 or 4 car length advantage over Gregory Kelly. We're 3 wide. Contact Kelly with a great save. Everybody backs off and Bobby Henry advances to 2nd. A scary moment in turn 4 as Gregory Kelly made contact with Dave Merrow. Bobby Henry is the benefactor going from 4th to 2nd in a single lap. Kelly makes a great save and now Merrow nearly spins in turn 4. Green flag stays out. Working lap 3 of 10, all kinds of action in this heat race. Gregory Kelly hangs on to 3rd behind leader Weller and Henry. Dave Merrow in 4th. Todd Price has the 15 car. Shop and Save sponsored machine up into 4th, but here comes Tommy Beck from deep in the field. Working lap number 4, the 60, the Stands Transmissions entry of Tommy Beck, taking over the 5th position from Todd Price, and we've got a lead battle going on in turn 4. Young Jimmy Weller III in car 23, the Ohio driver, sees the crossed flags with the current points leader just behind him. Weller in car 23 is a veteran of World of Outlaws and All-Star Winged Sprint Car competition on the dirt tracks. He's run with the United States Auto Club in wingless sprint car racing and was victorious in dirt track modified competition before last year making the switch to pavement late models. He competed in the Asphalt World Series in New Smyrna, Florida back in February, gaining valuable experience and now holds off a driver with 113 career wins. That's Bobby Henry, who gets into the back of the leader, bringing out the caution on lap 6. Is 2nd, Dave Merrow 3rd, Todd Price 4th, and John Komarinsky restarting 5th with 4 laps to go. Gregory Kelly in car 44 feeling the pressure of Tommy Beck in the Benz Motorsports 60. Beck started way back in this heat race grid and is taking the lead out of turn 4, working lap number 7 now. Gregory Kelly made an amazing save earlier in this race, as did the 3rd place driver, Dave Merrow in 69. Both Kelly and Merrow are former truck division champions, and Tommy Beck is now out to a 4 or 5 car length lead. Battle for 4th now with 2 laps to go. John Komarinsky, who started last with a questionable power plant under the hood, has reeled in the 15 of Todd Price. White flag displayed to the field indicating final lap. Side by side is the battle for 4th. Komarinsky looking to the inside of Todd Price. And as he does that, a battle for second also heating up, with Merrow looking to the inside of Kelly. Out of turn number 4. Finally, the Beck and Bentz reunion pays off with another checkered flag as Tommy Beck takes the stands transmission 60 to a checkered flag in this heat race over Greg Kelly, Dave Merrow, and Todd Price. Finishing 5th, Jimmy Stokes, the biggest winner in the division. 41 is Al Minjock, 68 is Ed Neidhart, and the 2 is Jim Connolly. Green flag out, 6 laps for the Yellow Book Chargers in heat race number 1. 3 wide there in turns 1 and 2. Smoke pouring from the 41 of Al Minjock. The Buick Regal possibly dropping fluid as the leaders are coming nearly 2 and 3 wide. Lap number 1, but you'd never know it. By inches, it appears that Jimmy Stokes may have taken the lead after starting deep in this field. Victor Keller in the 11 led for every inch of that lap until the start-finish line. Aaron Minjock in 34 is 3rd. Roger Bryan 4th, then the smoking Al Minjock 41. He'll get the black flag once again. Jimmy Stokes in car 95, a 5-time feature winner this season. In the current points, however, Stokes is 3rd in the championship chase in spite of being the 5-time winner. Aaron Minjock mounting a challenge for 2nd position now with a high side pass of Victor Keller's 11. Aaron Minjock, a graduate of the American Flyers division. Roger Bryan in 4th, another Flyers division graduate. Then it's Ed Neidhart in 5th, working lap 3 of 6. The cars in the Yellow Book Charger division are automatic transmission, 8-cylinder, rear-wheel drive street passenger cars, modified only for driver safety, and they compete on street tires. It's an affordable way to get experience in a rear-wheel drive race car. Jimmy Stokes seeing the white flag. If you're looking for experience in a Yellow Book Charger division race car, Jimmy Stokes, with 18 feature wins, that number 95 car is for sale. And as he heads out of turn number 4 with Aaron Minjock gaining just a bit, the checkered flag will wave. Another heat race win for the MAG Racing team and Jimmy Stokes. South Pennsylvania, Robbie Hott from Washington in the 16, and the 13 is Denny Keller from Monongahela. Green flag waves. Drivers 1st and 2nd in the point standings in this heat race. Matt Gardner, by luck of the draw, gets a front row starting spot and takes the lead from the rookie McConnell. Hey, we're 3 wide in turn 3. And right there in the red number 4 car, Mike Lemley is 2nd in the championship chase, making it 3 wide on the front straight with Oldham and Hott. Mike Lemley in car 4 is a threat for the championship, but he's not worried about points by going 3 wide with those new chrome rims on car 4. He starts deep in the field and advances to 3rd as we're beginning to work lap number 2. Lemley, the big mover in this one. He's passed Robbie Hott, a pair of Kellers, and Bill Oldham. In front of Lemley now is the 48 of Ed McConnell, the rookie from Evans City, Pennsylvania. Gardner opening up a big lead as chaos happening behind him. In turn number 4 now, Lemley with 1 feature win on the season, closing in on the rear bumper of McConnell's Oldsmobile. Working lap 3 of 6, Ed McConnell in car 48. Member of a 3-car team that includes Ed Neidhart and street stock veteran Dustin Blank, having a terrific run here in the 2nd position, holding Lemley and Robbie Hott. Hott in car 16, very much improved this season, and officially on lap 4, Lemley takes over the 2nd position by a fender. McConnell will now deal with the advances of Robbie Hott's Malibu number 16. Meanwhile, Matt Gardner with a big lead. Dirt tracks the car on the front straight, seeing the white flag. The Nowak Painting West Side Lube and Tire number 7 car. Matt Gardner always willing to push the limit out of turn 4 and make a nice save. We should start to call him Gather It Up Gardner, as he does so often on the front straight. Here comes the points leader from Roughsdale, Pennsylvania, taking another checkered flag. It is Matt Gardner. Mike Lemley charging from the back of the field to finish second over rookie Ed McConnell. Robbie Hott in 4th, and the 13 car of Denny Keller in 5th. 95 is driven by Tony Dukic. Outside, it'll be Paul Rosa in the 6th, Larry Vance, the veteran, in 28, Dan Jordan, the defending champion, in 32, Kevin Ludwig, the veteran, in 51, 61 is Ron Eifert, the 3rd, as we're green and racing, Joey Teagarden in the 87. Side by side for the lead, Andy Giles in the 05. And the 86 of Washabaw, the rookie. Hey, we're 3 wide. Ed Deneen in the 16, the former division champion, racing on the dirt through turn 1, trying to take the lead from the points leader and the rookie. Andy Giles in the Dodge Shadow falling back to 3rd. Ed Washabaw, the rookie, is 2nd in 86. Ed Deneen in 16, taking the lead. The American Flyer Division cars are 4-cylinder automatic transmission street passenger vehicles, modified only for driver safety. They compete on street tires, and we got contact. The 85 of Dukic spinning, gets hit by Cody Quarrick in the 9. There was contact there with the 32 of Dan Jordan from Connellsville. And a tough break for Quarrick in the 9 car, who was a dirt track rookie last season at the Latrobe Speedway. Quarrick, now just a teenager, switching to a new car and a new surface with this pavement-built number 9 car. And Cody Quarrick, the teenager, heads for the pits, supporting the modified division financially from now till the end of the season with some special bonus cash awards. As the green flag waves for Ed Deneen, Ed Washabaw and Andy Giles. Look at this, we're gonna be 3 wide in turns 1 and 2. Paul Rosa in the 6 dives beneath the points leader and makes contact with Giles. 3 wide with Dan Jordan on the high side. Defending champion in car 32 on the outside. Current points leader in the 05 is Giles, and the 6 of Paul Rosa storming through this field to try and take 3rd. Ed Deneen opening up a big lead over Ed Washabaw in 2nd, Dan Jordan 3rd. Now it's Rosa and Giles completing the top 5. White flag waving for the division's all-time leading winner, Ed Deneen of Wilkinsburg in car 16. Drivers in the American Flyers division competing only for love of the sport and a trophy. No money on the line for these amateur drivers. And the king of the American Flyers, Ed Deneen, takes another checkered flag over Ed Washabaw, Dan Jordan, Paul Rosa, and Andy Giles in the 05. Rich Nicola from Pittsburgh. 20 laps for the open-wheeled warriors of the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. Green flag is out. Jim Nicola, the early leader. Three wide in the middle of the pack. It looks scary in a battle for top 5, and Tom Frank shuffled to the outside by contact. The 6 car making an excellent save is that young driver as he keeps it off the wall in multi-car contact. Up front now, the Glenn Campbell Gambler Chris Brink in car 3 is the meat of a Nicola sandwich. Jim Nicola, the 2-time champion up front. George Nicola, his nephew, in 3rd, and wheel to wheel behind them, it's John Probanich and Bernie McQuillan. Contact made in the lead fight, opens up the inside lane for George Nicola and Bobby Shipp. Chris Brink has to back off the throttle as a result of contact with Jim Nicola. Bobby Shipp shooting through to the inside in the 04 car. George Nicola, the new race leader on lap number 3. He is second in the championship points chase. Nicola with one feature win earlier this season, and Chris Brink spins in turn 2. Headed to the back straight, he collects the 45 of Bernie McQuillan, and we've got a caution flag incident working lap number 3 of 20. Jim Nicola third, Bo Glemba fourth, Harry Ofer in fifth. Sixth, it's the points leader Kostelnik with 17 laps to go. Two cars breaking away from the rest of the field. Now it's George Nicola's 97 and Bobby Shipp's 04. Both of these drivers have experienced crashes and victories in 2007, opening up now a 10 or 12 car length advantage over the leader's uncle Jim in third, Bo Glemba fourth, Harry Ofer in fifth, and Adam Kostelnik in the sixth spot. Bumper to bumper, the leaders Bobby Shipp and George Nicola racing very close for the lead, and a heated battle for fourth. Harry Ofer in the 01 goes wheel to wheel with Bo Glemba's 99. And we got a big mess in turn number 1. Lonnie Hoffman into the outside while Ben Easler in the 7 spinning. 34 of Rich Nicola is involved and the 11 of John Probanich. The 7 of Ben Easler may have been the first car to go around. That team has experienced handling problems all year long after Ben won his first career feature last season. It's been a disappointing campaign as Easler was a front runner throughout 2006, and now his spin collects the 11 of John Probanich, the 58 of Lonnie Hoffman, and the 34 of Rich Nicola drives away from the incident. Back out, 14 laps of racing left for leader George Nicola, then Bobby Shipp in the 04, Jim Nicola in the 5, and Harry Ofer in the 01. Bo Glemba makes a nice save out of turn 4 as the 99 car in 5th position. Nearly pounded the outside retaining wall. He had to back off the throttle, and that allows Adam Kostelnik to close in that battle for the 5th position. Glemba made an excellent save here on the front straight. Meanwhile, the lead battle gets a little bit more intense into turn number 1. Bobby Shipp is definitely within striking distance of the 97 of George Nicola working lap number 8. Nicola seemed to lose a little bit of traction there exiting turn 2, but getting into turn 3 just a little bit better. Side by side now the battle for 5th. Kostelnik sneaks through on the inside of Bo Glemba and brings Tom Frank right with him. Tom Frank has made an excellent couple of moves here tonight to avoid disaster when things around him have gone wrong, and the Ohio youngster now challenging for 6th position to the inside of Glemba. At the halfway point of the event, George Nicola's 97 car has about a 1 car length, and we got a spin in turn 2. Chris Brink in the 3 car goes around in turn 2. Caution flag will wave. 10 laps completed. Green flag is out now. George Nicola, Bob Shipp, Jim Nicola, Harry Ofer the top 4. Adam Kostelnik, the points leader, has cracked the top 5. And Kostelnik is quickly fighting with the 01 of Ofer for the 4th position. Tom Frank in the 6 has followed Kostelnik up through the field. A little bit of bumper tag there from Kostelnik to Ofer. Those 2 drivers are the leading winners in the division this season. Ofer, the only driver to repeat other than Kostelnik. Kostelnik has 5 victories. Ofer with 2, and Ofer makes a mistake on the back straightaway. The car got away from him just a little bit. And as he backs off to maintain control, it opens the high lane of the speedway for Adam Kostelnik in the Viglione number 60. Kostelnik never afraid to try the high lane, and now forced there to dodge the slowing 0-1 of Harry Ofer. He maintains that groove in trying to fight for the 4th position wheel to wheel with Tom Frank very close in watching that battle. Kostelnik changes lanes now, threads the needle between Frank in the 6 and Ofer's 0-1 car. Best action is in the middle of the pack where Bo Glemba's about to join that fight. Finally settling down single file, and up front Bob Shipp, very close to the rear bumper of George Nicola's 97 with just 6 laps to go. After falling back from the lead duo on the restart, Jim Nicola's number 5 car has come to life, and he is maintaining his position within about 2 or 3 car lengths of the leaders now. Working lap number 15. George Nicola from Pittsburgh, Bobby Shipp from Elizabeth, PA, and Jim Nicola from Pittsburgh. 3 cars out in front of the field, single file, and this time at the scoring line there are only 4 laps remaining. Bobby Shipp is within striking distance of his 2nd career feature victory. Nicola with feature wins somewhere up around the 15 mark in modified competition. And Jim Nicola in 3rd, a 2-time champion. Into turns 3 and 4, the leaders will see 2 flags, popsicle stick fashion, indicating 2 laps remaining. And Bob Shipp has got to use everything in the 04 car right now. If he's been conservative, waiting for Nicola to make a mistake, it's time to become aggressive and fight for his 2nd career victory. Action in the middle of the field has settled down. Best battle may be up front. Shipp dirt tracks the car a little as they get the white flag. Jim Nicola falls a couple of car lengths back from Shipp, out of contention for the win. And Bobby Shipp on the back straightaway has just 2 more corners to make up 1 car length between himself and leader George Nicola. Into turn number 4, the final time. Add to the list of repeat winners George Nicola in the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. Well, George, after your first win, I called your team really, really determined because you had such a tough luck portion of the season to battle through that. Now you're a repeat winner and you're a championship contender. Is it even hard for you to believe after all that misfortune that you're 2nd in the points?
Yeah, we've been through this before. You know, I either wreck or win the first night out, and usually when I wreck the first night out, I usually come back and have a good shot at winning the championship at the end of the year.
Now, this one I think was a little bit easier maybe than your first feature win because you got to lead almost the entire distance, but Bobby Shipp was right there, one of the young guns in this division. Is he so new that you don't know his moves and tactics yet?
I know Bobby. Me and Bobby are pretty good friends. I actually helped him put his car back together after he wrecked 2 weeks ago, and he's helped me put my car back together 2 weeks ago, so we're pretty good friends.
And a friendship wouldn't come to an end if he would say, knock you out of the way for the lead?
He did it once already this year, but, you know, I knew he wasn't going to do it twice.
How about a chance to thank the crew and sponsors that made this rocket ship into a 2-time feature winner?
I got to thank my dad, my cousin Joe, my Uncle Tom, my buddy Hooks, my cousin Spikes, his girlfriend Debbie, Melissa, Becky, and I thank the fans for coming out tonight. And I'd like to thank PJ Smoke Shop, Monday's Auto Supply, Jackson Welding Supply, and that's about it.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, his 2nd win of the season, George Nicola. Ben Miley of Miley Motorsports and Paul Hill of Subway Restaurants will be greeting each one of the drivers. We begin with the last row, starting on the outside scratch position for this feature event. Coming from Allison Park, Pennsylvania, the driver of car number 18, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Zellweger. Starting on the inside of the last row in car number 66 from Elizabeth, Pennsylvania, Welcome Max Schlesinger. Row number 5 is made up of a brother duo. On the outside, the current points leader, driving car number 05 from East McKeesport, Adam Kostelnik. Inside, his younger brother with one feature win this season. He is the chosen Subway Challenge driver of the night in car number 57, Andrew Kostelnik. In row number 4, starting on the outside, the only Ford-powered Thunderbird in the field tonight. He's been a winner already this season from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania in car 69, Joe Nicola. Inside row number 4, ending his brief retirement from competition, the former modified champion from North Versailles, Pennsylvania in car number 48, Mike Bacalon. Row number 3, starting on the outside, the versatile veteran driver in car number 94 from Valencia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Blank. Inside of row number 3, the driver from Jefferson, Pennsylvania, who fought through brake problems the past couple of weeks, still third in the championship points chase in car number 31. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Phillips. Outside of row number 2, making his first start of the season here at Motordrome Speedway in the Subway special event tonight, from a racing family from the Plum area of Pennsylvania in car number 76, Todd Knight. Inside row number 2 in car 74, the driver who hails from Stoystown, Pennsylvania and led many laps of feature racing early this season, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Holder. And starting on the front row in his first full season of Motordrome competition, the driver from Clairton, Pennsylvania in car number 50, say hello to Tony Manganello. And having a career season in 2007, starting on the pole by a random draw tonight. From Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, driving car number 64, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Henry. Gentlemen, getting ready for the most famous words in racing. Haley and Ray and Marcy Tokar. And you guys know how to do it. We're going to turn them loose for 20 laps. Let's hear it.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
20 laps the distance for the Subway Street Stocks. 64, Tony Manganello in 50. Looking for first career wins. Jason Holder in 74, Todd Knight in 76, looking for first wins of the year. Green flag is in the air and the Subway 20 is underway. Driver starting highest in the field with a win already this season is Sean Phillips in 31, starting from 5th position. And Bill Henry is out to a 1.5 car length lead over Jason Holder and Tony Manganello. Bill Henry in car 64, driving one of the oldest chassis remaining in competition, is having a career best season with heat race victories and top 3 feature finishes. Jason Holder in the 74 car has been a winner on Saturday night in 2007. He has not won at Motordrome yet. Now it's Jason Holder in the 2nd position, and he and leader Bill Henry have about 6 or 8 car lengths advantage over 3rd place Sean Phillips. Heated action in the middle of the field. Todd Knight in the 76, Andrew Kostelnik, the Subway Challenge driver in 57, fighting for 4th position. Working lap number 3 of 20. Todd Knight in the 76 is 4th, but has a loose handling condition. He dives to the inside of Phillips, then has to get on the brakes. Andrew Kostelnik using the outside lane in the 57 car. All season long, the Subway Street Stocks have provided the wildest racing action here on the half mile. Jeff Zellweger in the 18 car is off the pace, the driver from Allison Park. First car to go a lap down as something is amiss under the hood of the 18 machine. And we got problems. Andrew Kostelnik smokes the brake pedal, trying to avoid contact with Knight and Nicola. He drifts up the banking, loses 4 or 5 positions, now loses the nose piece. The front end of the 57 car is mangled and dragging under his left front wheel. 3 wide in turn 4. The lapped car of Zellweger's in the middle. Tough break for Andrew Kostelnik, the Subway driver of the night. He smoked the brakes and the front nose cone of the car is stuck under his left front wheel. He's drifting back in the field while Bill Henry opens up a big lead of 5-6 car lengths over Jason Holder, working lap number 7 of 20. In that mid-pack action now, Nicola's 69 car takes position away from the ill-handling 76 of Knight. Knight continues to fight that car very loose in the corners. Now it's Mike Bacalon diving the 48 car beneath Knight. Bacalon in the Rich Burbage-owned machine, taking a spot away. Working lap number 8 of 20 now. Challenge developing for 3rd position. Points leader Adam Kostelnik making a high side attempt at passing Sean Phillips in car 31. Both of those drivers are championship contenders, and Kostelnik makes contact with Phillips. Phillips drifts up 3 or 4 grooves, loses the 3rd position to Kostelnik, and by the time he gathers it up with a brilliant save, he has lost the 4th position to Nicola as well. Phillips 3rd in the point standings coming into tonight, and with bumper contact, Kostelnik taking over 3rd, Nicola taking over 4th, and Phillips back to 5th in car 31. It looks like the 31 machine is back to the speed that it's been most of the season after 2 or 3 weeks of struggling with serious rear brake system problems. Phillips may be very fast, but now has some ground to make up as a result of that contact. Bill Henry continues to lead. Jason Holder in 2nd. Working lap number 11 now, and Andrew Kostelnik heads pit side. The Subway Challenge driver of the night with front end body damage, pulling into his pit crew for assistance. Just as Adam Kostelnik reeled in the 31 of Phillips for 3rd, Joe Nicola in car 69, heat race winner earlier tonight, closing in on Kostelnik for 3rd now. Working lap 12, Bill Henry and Jason Holder have pulled away to about 1/3 of a straightaway lead, only separating themselves by a car length, but distantly 3rd it's Adam Kostelnik, with Joe Nicola close in tow, Sean Phillips in 5th, Mike Bacalon in 6th. 7 laps are remaining, and Jason Holder in car 74 has slowly and methodically closed the gap on leader Bill Henry. Holder was a feature winner last Saturday night, looking for his first Motordrome win of this season. Bill Henry in the 64 has been so close to a career-first victory this season, only to have misfortune find him finishing top 5 nearly every week. You know Henry's having a good season if misfortune is a top 5 finish. He has been that quick in car 64 all season. 5 laps are remaining. Adam Kostelnik and Joe Nicola are slightly closing the gap on the lead duo, but unless there's a caution flag, it will be a 2-car race to the checkered flag with Bill Henry and Jason Holder. Oh, we got a problem on the back straight. Tony Manganello has made head-on contact with the wall, and there is the caution flag that Adam Kostelnik and Joe Nicola were hoping for. Tony Manganello in car 50 from Clairton, Pennsylvania. The Costa Construction Monte Carlo, heavily damaged as a result of wall impact. rolling to a stop on the back straightaway. He was a front row starter for this event. And Adam Kostelnik and Joe Nicola have got to be as happy as if they've just discovered an air conditioning button in those cars, because this caution flag is just what they needed. Sean Phillips in 5th after the contact. Green flag is back out. Adam Kostelnik trying to take away 2nd position. Kostelnik diving through the grass with sparks indicating the frame bottoming out on the pavement. Joe Nicola gets contact from the 31 of Phillips, and he falls from contention. As Phillips makes that contact, the 48 of Mike Bacalon climbs into the 4th position now. 3 cars battling for the win. Bacalon, a distant 3rd. Bill Henry, without a serious challenge yet, has a 3-car length lead over Holder, who's about to be side by side with Adam Kostelnik. The 05 of Kostelnik challenging Holder and allowing the 64 of Henry to open up a bigger lead. 3 laps to go. Bumper to bumper and nearly making contact, the 05 of Kostelnik and 74 of Holder. Holder now reels in Henry. Bill Henry's advantage is less than 2 car lengths, and Holder is able to both fight off Kostelnik and gain on the leader with 2 laps to go. 3 cars broken away from the rest of the field, and now Bill Henry sees Adam Kostelnik diving to the outside. Side by side racing for 2nd will help Henry to secure a career first win. White flag waving for Bill Henry. Jason Holder in the 2nd spot, 3 or 4 car lengths behind. Bill Henry having the season of his career in 2007. And for a first career victory, the biggest and richest event of the season at Motordrome Speedway. From Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, a first career win for Bill Henry in car 64. Bill Henry in victory lane for the very first time. Bill, first tell us a little about your racing career, when you got started, what division you started in, and tell us what's led to this season.
We started in 95, up Jennerstown was our first night. Then we come here the following Friday, and we've been doing it since.
Now this race car, I told the fans, is one of the oldest cars in competition. I'll give you a chance to catch your breath, as you have got to be really happy about this victory, dumping cold water all over his driving suit. Now tell us just for a moment what it felt like to start on the pole position for the biggest race of the season. Did you think having this great season you had enough to hold them all off?
Heck no, I thought they were on my bumper the whole time. I was running as hard as I can run.
And the driver that was on your bumper was the first one to reach in the window and congratulate you. That's Jason Holder. You must have some great friends in this division.
Oh, all of them, yeah. They're all great, yeah. We have fun bumping and banging. It's just a good time. It's a lot of fun. Anybody wants to get a car, come on out. It's fun as heck.
Now, I've been telling you all season, you've been winning over fans with these terrific performances, coming so close to a win. When you started your career in 1995, did you think it would take this long for a first win? And tell us what it feels like to finally stand here.
Maybe at first, but after a few years, we thought we could get it faster. But, I mean, we had a lot of chances and something go wrong or something like that. But finally did it. Feels great.
And a chance to thank your sponsors and crew.
Mad Tiger Agency and Advanced Auto Part. We appreciate it a lot. It means a lot to us. It looks good on the car, and I'd like to get some more if anybody's willing.
And a Subway gift certificate for first-time winner Bill Henry, ladies and gentlemen. First 2 rows yet to see victory lane in a feature event. Steve Black in the 1, Gregory Kelly in 44, John Messenger 51, and Todd Price 15. Green flag waving, 35 laps for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. Larry Bahana slides a little out of turn 2 and loses several positions in the 00 car. Out in front, leading lap number 1, Gregory Kelly, the recent heat race winner in car 44. Challenge for third position, the 51 of Messenger diving beneath the 15 of Todd Price. Tommy Beck is right there in the 60 car. Beck, who's been plagued with mechanical problems after displaying high-speed race cars all season, has just one feature victory. Looking for racing room to the inside of John Messenger, very close down the back straight. Beck taking over third position, and Dave Merrow sliding into that position. Great save by the 69 driver, Dave Merrow. He avoided contact with Messenger and still found an opening between Will Trout and the 51 car. Working lap number 3, Gregory Kelly still out in front. Steve Black in second position, trying to feel out that brand new race car. Tommy Beck in third and challenging for runner-up spot. Working lap number 4, Tommy Beck has stormed up into the second position. He took that spot away from Steve Black at the start-finish line. Heated action now for fourth. Gary Wiltrout moves to the outside of the 51 of John Messenger. Dave Merrow in the 69 is watching that battle as well. Challenge for the lead down the back straight on lap 5. Tommy Beck in car 60, moving to the inside of the sophomore driver Gregory Kelly. And taking the lead, Tommy Beck hits the scoring line to begin working lap number 6 of 35. The battle for fourth rages on. Larry Bahana headed to the pits, but the 51 of Messenger and the 95 of two-time winner Gary Wiltrout have been door-to-door for 2 laps. Wiltrout now looking like he may have the 4th position officially, and he does. Messenger back to the 5th spot. Battle for the 6th spot. Bobby Henry, the points leader, taking the Palagrudo Motorsports, number 11, to the inside of Dave Merrow. Merrow, the former truck division champion, leaving Henry very little room, but Henry finds a way to make that pass and the two avoid contact. Henry closing in on Messenger now in turn 4. The lap car of Joe Moose in the 83. Moose was unable to start his heat race, and the 83 car still may not be up to full power. We're working lap 9 of 35. Messenger in the 51, trying to hold off Bobby Henry. That battle for the 5th position, door to door, the Ford of Henry and the Chevrolet of Messenger, and Dave Merrow spins from the top 10. 69 car of Merrow going around in turn 4 by himself. Hold off points leader Bobby Henry in the 11. As we go green, 26 laps to go. 26 laps remaining, and Tommy Beck is out in front of Gregory Kelly. A challenge for third. Gary Wiltrout moves to the low side, challenging Steve Black, the former truck division dominator. Wiltrout put together a streak of 4 wins in 5 nights of racing, 2 of those here at Motordrome, and Black makes contact with the rear of Wiltrout's machine. Just as Black fought off the Palagrudo Racing 95, he's got to do the same for Wiltrout's teammate Bobby Henry, now working to the outside. Henry in car 11, the only 3-time winner this season, clears the Steve Black number 1 car for 4th spot. Out of turn 2, John Messenger slows dramatically in John Komarinsky slows dramatically in the 33 car. Komarinsky dropping all the way to the tail of the field, working lap number 12 now. Tommy Beck with a big lead. Fight for second is Gary Wiltrout in the 95 and Gregory Kelly in the 44. Wiltrout trying to take that spot away using the low lane of the speedway, and he does on lap 13. We got a caution flag, trouble on the front straight. The 5 of Sean Pilla, the 23 of Jimmy Weller, and the 18 of Hemphill. Green flag waves again. Top 2 drivers have been in victory lane this season. Leader Beck with 1 win. Second place Wiltrout with 2 wins. Kelly in third with a heat race win this season, his first, and Bobby Henry, the 3-time winner, in 4th. Steve Black is 5th and feeling the pressure of Paul Urso. Urso has had 2 weeks of tremendous performances here in returning to competition after a couple of early season crashes. Urso now side by side with Steve Black for the 5th position. Working to the inside, he will take that spot away. Will Thomas looking to challenge next. And on the front straight, door to door, Bobby Henry and his protege, Gregory Kelly in 44. We're working lap 15 of 35, and Kelly battles right back on the outside. Heated battle for third between mentor and protege, and the mentor, Bobby Henry, taking a position away from the car that he sponsors, Gregory Kelly's 44. Paul Agrudo teammates now second and third behind Tommy Beck in the Bob Benz Motorsports number 60 car, sponsored by Stan's Transmissions, leading the way. Beginning to work lap number 17. Gregory Kelly is 4th, Paul Urso is 5th, and now Will Thomas up to 6th, and Dave Riggin up to 7th in the 24 car, making his 2nd career Motordrome start. Ricky Megley into the wall on the back straightaway. Caution flag headed toward turn 3. Ricky Megley has pounded the outside retaining wall in car 20. Oh, we got a problem on the start. John Komarinsky and Todd Price and Dan Lewis have stopped on the back straight. Heavy contact was made. I didn't see the incident start. Wiltrout, Bobby Henry lead him back to green. Paul Urso 5th, 4th, Will Thomas 5th. Top 6 cars on the Speedway, single file up to 6th in his 2nd Motordrome Speedway start is Dave Riggin in car 24. An impressive run as he has followed the 9 of Will Thomas up from deep in this field. Very impressive run again for the 37 of Paul Urso. Challenge for 4th position. Will Thomas looking to the inside of Paul Urso. Paul Urso, a veteran of truck and modified competition here at Motordrome Speedway. Holding the outside lane as Will Thomas, with 1 win this season at Motordrome and wins at Lake Erie, Holland, Jennerstown, Lancaster, and New Smyrna in his career. Challenging to the inside for 4th position. And 4th position changing hands quickly. Riggin is in there to challenge as well, and Urso is off the scoreboard out of the top 5. Dave Riggin in the CPS 24 car, taking over the 5th position as Will Thomas takes over 4th on lap 23. Thomas and Riggin may be the fastest cars on the Speedway as they have passed all the cars on the track except 3rd place Bobby Henry, 2nd place Gary Wiltrout, and leader Tommy Beck. At the scoring line this time, Tommy Beck begins to work lap 25. There will be 10 to go. The Paul Agrudo teammates in 2nd and 3rd. Gary Wiltrout of Somerset in 95. Bobby Henry of Connellsville in 11. The 9 of Will Thomas up to 4th. Dave Riggin, the 2nd time he's ever been on the Motordrome pavement, is in a top 5 position. And Paul Urso now in 6th. Tommy Beck, the leader in car number 60, a former champion of the Jennerstown Speedway, a former modified champion on tour with the York Triathlon Series. Beck won the biggest modified event ever held on Western Pennsylvania asphalt back in 1996 as a teenager right here at Motordrome. He has since gone on to many checkered flags here at Motordrome, and his wife Jamie Beck has also been in victory lane here at Motordrome Speedway. Beck drove the Benz Motorsports number 60 car back in 2004. In 2005, he's reunited with car owner Bob Bentz in the Stans Transmissions ride this season. One victory already at Motordrome this season amid a handful of heavily disappointing mechanical failures. And Beck may be increasing his lead over Gary Wiltrout with now 4 laps to go. Wiltrout leading his teammate Henry. A pair of cars sponsored by Stone & Company, Lint Flooring, and Megan Ford. With Wiltrout, the former track champion, and Henry leading the point standings in the quest for his first Motordrome title after 113 feature wins. Wiltrout, twice a victor this season, Henry 3 times. Back in the 4th spot, the 9 of Will Thomas, the 6 track winner who got his first Motordrome checkered flag in 2007. Then the 24 of Riggin. Dave Riggin seeing this track for only the 2nd time in his young career, and with 2 laps to go could secure a top 5 finish ahead of Paul Urso in the 37. 2 laps to go, the signal given to Tommy Beck. In turn 4, and down to the scoring line, the white flag is displayed. After weeks of disappointment, after weeks of passing more race cars than any other driver, only to pull off into the infield pit area before the finish of the race, Tommy Beck, for the 2nd time in 2007, will take the checkered flag after 35 laps over Gary Wiltrout, Bobby Henry, Will Thomas, and Dave Riggin. Ladies and gentlemen, he's out of the car and can hear you. Tommy Beck. Well, Tommy, I don't think there can be a greater roller coaster of emotions than what you have experienced in 2007, being so quick so many weeks, and I'll let you try, if you can, to explain the mechanical problems from recent weeks.
We've just been kind of missing an electrical bug or a fuel bug somewhere. I know everybody was looking for it. I mean, there's nobody that works harder on these cars than the Benzes, and I'm just glad we finally found it, and it was something out of our control, but I think we got it fixed for this week.
Now, you race every Saturday night in dirt track late models. How does it feel to go to bed Friday night after being the fastest car on the track, taking the lead, then dropping out before the end of the race? Because it's happened more than once this year.
I'm just happy to be out there. That's about it. I don't know. It's good to have a fast car. You know, everybody's working hard. Mechanical problems never bothered me because there's nothing you can really do about them. It's nobody's fault. Everybody's working as hard as they can. Maybe a couple years ago, whenever I was a little more high-strung, I'd get more upset about things I shouldn't, and now I don't. Everybody works hard, and we found it eventually. I think we're in good shape.
And now a chance to thank all the sponsors on this car for your 2nd win, joining an elite group of repeat winners this year.
Definitely got to thank the guys with Stans Transmissions, Bob Sr., Tommy Bentz, everybody else in the crew that helps. My mom and dad, I guess they're kind of enveloped in the crew. But everybody else that's on the car that I forgot, I would like to give a special thanks. You mentioned our electrical problem. We've been chasing that all year, and somebody who had nothing to do with our car and never did any work for anything. And I mean, just out of the kindness, because we went up and said, hey, we're stumped, you know, anything. And Jimmy Evanua came and rewired our car for us this week, and we got all our problems. So, I mean, we owe this win to him for helping us out when he didn't really have to.
Help from a surprising source finds victory lane for a 2nd time. Tommy Beck, a repeat winner in 2007. Toyota pace car into the infield, 15 laps for the Yellow Book Chargers. Green flag is out. Aaron Minjock to the outside of the 11 of Victor Keller. Mike Lemley in the 3rd spot, new chrome rims under the 4 car, 16 of Robbie Hott in 4th. Points leader Matt Gardner trying to separate the teammates of McConnell and Neidhart. Battle for second position. Mike Lemley in the 4 takes that spot away from Victor Keller in the 11. Gardner has passed McConnell, challenging Robbie Hott for the 4th spot, while Aaron Minjock opens up a big lead. Gardner down in the dirt. McConnell gets tagged by the 13 of Denny Keller. Denny spins in front of Tracy Keller. We avoid contact, and the green flag stays out. Incredible. Great job of driving by Neidhart, McConnell, and Tracy Keller to avoid the 13 of Denny Keller, who has stopped in turn 4, and we got a caution flag. That caution flag incident helped him out quite a bit. Green flag, a slow start for Aaron Minjock. Aaron Minjock, your leader, Mike Lemley in second, and Lemley looked to gain a couple of car lengths there in turn 2. Matt Gardner closing in on the 11 of Victor Keller, close enough to make rear bumper contact. Minjock always comfortable with the high side of the speedway, holding off Lemley by a couple of car lengths, now working lap 3. Matt Gardner dirt tracks the car in turn 1, moves to the high side of Victor Keller's 11 machine. Meanwhile, the lead battle heats up, action all over the speedway. Mike Lemley in the 4, looking to the inside of leader Minjock in turn 4. Victor Keller holds off Matt Gardner for 3rd that lap, and Jimmy Stokes has passed Robbie Hott. He's into the top 5 after starting last, and we're only on lap 4. Stokes closing in on his teammate, the 7 of Matt Gardner. Stokes, the leading winner in the division, 3rd in the points chase. His teammate in the 7, Matt Gardner, is the points leader. Minjock continues to lead over Lemley. 3rd is Victor Keller in the 11, with Matt Gardner trying all lanes to pass him on lap 5. We could go 3 wide on the back straight, and we do. Jimmy Stokes to the inside. Victor Keller, the meat of the sandwich. Matt Gardner holding strong on the outside. On the front straightaway, Matt Gardner, by just a fender, officially takes over 3rd position from Victor Keller. Stokes in the 95 following his teammate to the outside groove. They are both gaining quickly on Mike Lemley, who separates them in the point standings. Lemley, 2nd on the speedway, has lost about 6 or 7 car lengths to the 34 of leader Aaron Minjock. The Larry Lint Flooring sponsored Buick Regal of Minjock, way out in front on lap 7. Graduate of the American Flyers division is the leader. And Stokes makes a challenge for 3rd to the inside of his teammate. In turn 3, Jimmy Stokes in the 95, sideways Stokes pulls off that pass without slinging the back end around like he can do in turn 4, and he takes the spot away from Gardner. Drivers of the MAG Racing team in 3rd and 4th. Mike Lemley in 2nd, and Stokes gaining quickly after starting last. Minjock's lead in the 34 continues to get bigger as we watch this action in the middle of the pack. Matt Gardner sideways in 4, as he often is. Always saves the car on the front straight, though. Stokes in the challenge for 2nd. Mike Lemley to the inside in the 4 car. Multi-generational Monte Carlos battling for the 2nd position, about a 1/3 of a straightaway behind Minjock's Buick Regal. Trouble in turns 3 and 4. Tracy Keller gets together with Robbie Hott. Multi-car contact, green flag still out, 5 laps to go. Stokes in control of 2nd position now. Half a straightaway between he and the leader Minjock. Lemley 3rd, Gardner 4th, and Victor Keller in the 5th spot. Problems, Robbie Hott spins right in front of Ed Neidhart. Neidhart's teammate McConnell makes contact after Hott was sideways in turn 3. Caution flag with 4 laps to go. Gardner and Keller in the 11. Green flag is out. 4 laps to go. Heavy hitters at the front. Top 4 drivers on the speedway have all been in victory lane this season. Stokes more than any other. but Lemley second in the point standings, third on the racetrack. And Minjock in the 34 with one win. To the credit of that Buick Regal already this season. Behind the top four, it's a battle of the Keller family as Tracy has climbed from deep in the field in car 1 to challenge the 11 of Victor. Matt Gardner in the 7, in the 4th spot, trying to challenge Lemley. Action has settled down just a bit, and Minjock is able to run away from the 5-time winner. Sideways Stokes, showing why we call him that in turn 4. He's had to pass every car on the speedway to reach the 2nd position. That race car is for sale for you race fans looking to climb behind the wheel. And right now, Aaron Minjock is the class of this field out front. We got a problem spinning down the back straight. It's the 12 of Roger Bryan, and the 1 of Tracy Keller spins in turn 4. We need a caution flag. Clearing lint flooring and sponsorship. Green flag is out. A slow start this time. Bumper tag in the top 4. Mike Lemley in the 4, fighting to take the 2nd position back from Stokes. They made light contact in turns 1 and 2, and now Matt Gardner, the points leader, having problems on the back straight as he and Lemley tried to trade stickers. White flag waving for Minjock, who's opening up an even bigger lead over Stokes. Ed Neidhart in the 68 makes a bold move to crack the top 5. Final time into turn number 3. Minjock in car 34 becomes a repeat winner in the Yellow Book Charger division in 2007, taking the checkered flag over Stokes. Lemley by less than a car length over Gardner. And coming home 5th, it's Victor Keller in the 11. Neidhart spins from a great run in turn 4 on the last lap. Well, Aaron Minjock, you've been here in Victory Lane in 2 different divisions, and tonight, you really had your way with this field. The best of them came through there, tried to challenge, and you had them all covered, pulling away at the end. Did you expect the car to have that much at the finish?
Nah, I didn't. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's downhill, but tonight we got lucky.
Tonight, with this racetrack being so hot and so slick, does your car take to a slicker racetrack better than some others?
Yeah, I think we found out a hot spot tonight on the car, so we'll be doing pretty good, I think.
So you're going to leave that setup maybe the same for the next few weeks. What about a look into the future? I know you've moved up once in divisions already. Any plans to move on from the Chargers?
Yeah, we're looking at, we got a street stock this week, so we're heading up, going to head up to street stocks next year.
Well, another victory, becoming a repeat winner in the Yellow Book Chargers. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Minjock. Dan Jordan, defending champion in 32 up front. 61 of Ron Eifert III on the outside of row 1. Green flag in the air. 8-lap feature for the American Flyers is underway. Dan Jordan, the early leader in car 32. Ron Eifert, the teenager, in the 2nd spot. The 8 of Paul Miller into the 3rd position, and 3 wide, Ed Deneen looking to the bottom of Rosa in the 6. Ed Deneen using the grass to find racing room beneath the 8 car of Paul Miller. More 3 wide racing, Miller on the top, Deneen in the middle. Ron Eifert the 3rd on the bottom. Still 3 wide. This time it's Rosa, Washabaugh, and Miller 3 wide out of 4. Leader Dan Jordan had opened up a half straightaway margin on the rest of the field, but Ed Deneen is closing quickly. Look at this action in turn 4. Contact is made. 3 wide racing. Paul Rosa in the 6 gathers that car back up. 86 of Ed Washabaugh was right there, and the 8 of Miller still fighting with the 61 of Eifert. Into turn 3, the lead battle heats up. Ed Deneen on the outside, the 2005 champion. The 2006 champion, Dan Jordan, using the low side. By just inches on lap number 4, Dan Jordan has officially scored the leader. Door to door, the leaders down the back straightaway. Ed Deneen taking the lead in turn number 3, then drifting up in turn 4. Jordan battles back. New leader Ed Deneen. Ron Eifert, the third, hanging on to the 3rd position, and the 8 of Miller on the outside of him. Still 3 wide in that battle for the 4th spot. Eifert in 61. Currently in 4th, it's the 8 of Miller with the 6 of Rosa challenging. Washabaugh makes an error, opens up the inside lane for the 05 of Giles. Best battle is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as the leaders are separated at the front of the field. The 6 of Rosa close enough to make rear bumper contact with the 61 of Eifert. Points leader Giles has now taken a spot away from Washabaugh and from the 8 of Miller as the white flag waves. Down the back straight, Ed Deneen in car 16. 25 career wins for the former champion out of turn 4. Make it win number 26 for Ed the Dominator Deneen. 32 of Jordan coming home in 2nd. Anybody's race for 4th as Ron Eifert the 3rd takes the 3rd spot and Washabaugh by a bumper into the 4th position. Well, they had a little different than last week's feature event because it got kind of crazy last time. This time you earned it from deep in a big field of cars, but it looks like you're a little fewer scratches this time around.
Yeah, I'm glad we got all through there without wrecking any cars, man. Last couple nights it seems like it's been crash fest in there. It's just I'm trying to hopefully get around everybody without having any problems. But yeah, we got through. Everybody seemed to be okay. No crash or anything, which was good. Dan raced me hard there at the end there. Yeah, it was a good race, good run him down. It's tough coming through there. A lot of cars. It's just a lot of stuff going on. But it's hard to understand when you're out there and cars are going 80 mile an hour around you and you're making turns in front of people. It gets a little hairy sometimes. But yeah, it was. We had a good time tonight for a change. We didn't wreck nothing, break nothing. That's good.
When you're starting last, are you hoping for a caution flag at some point, knowing that you've got that many cars to pass?
Well, no, I never want to see a caution flag unless it's something that's not somebody wrecking a car. But no, I just as soon it went all the way. I mean, it's nice when it goes all the way, gives a fan something. I mean, it's nice to have a restart. Sometimes it gets a little more action going on, but I can do without them,
And a chance to thank your sponsors.
Oh yeah, I want to thank Advanced Automotive. I want to thank Antique Auto Appraisals, Lamar Kitchens. I want to thank Swissfeld, ProSign. Gary's here tonight with me. And thank Engine Express, a couple of the guys for hanging out with me.
Ed Deneen, congratulations. I left your subway certificate in the press box. While he takes the pictures, I'll run and get